morning, everyone. How are we doing today? I hope you're all doing well. Let's hop right into it. Okay. Hello. Hello, everyone. Welcome. It's just me here today for this live, so if it's a little bit jumpy, don't mind that. I'm just gonna bring up the live on my iPad here so I can see you guys because my computer is so far away. But let me know in chat, how is your morning going so far? I would love to know what you're up to, if you've had your coffee, if you had breakfast. How is it going? Let me know. Okay, let's just bring this up on my iPad so I can see what's going on. Very good. Alrighty. Whew. What a morning this has been. Such a rush. But anyway, for today's live, I want to sit down and talk with you guys about oily skin types because for me, I have a dry skin type, so that's always a little bit of the focus in my skincare videos, but I know a lot of people have different skin types than me. Of course, dehydration and dryness is really important to focus on, but oil can be so frustrating. I personally used to have oily skin, but as I got older and after my first maybe major round of Accutane when I was younger, my skin type changed to a dry skin type, and I no longer struggle too much with being oily, and I actually prefer being a little bit on the shiny side because it means my skin is thriving, but I definitely do get oily in my T-zone. That's always something that happens to me even though I'm so dry and dehydrated. Tracy G, good morning. It's the afternoon for you. Oh my gosh, good afternoon. And good morning, how are you? Hi from the UK, welcome. What did everybody do this morning? Yes, I would love to know what everybody did this morning, but thank you guys all for tuning in. How many of you would say you have an oily skin type? Let me know. And if you have any questions throughout this stream, please feel free to ask me anything because I definitely do specialize in the oily skin types. Let me know in chat, how is your morning going so far? I would love to know what you're up to. Alright, turn down that audio. So, if you guys look up in the top corner of the screen, you'll notice a spinny wheel. Can one of you test that out? Because I was trying to test it out and it just didn't quite seem to work too well. I might have to turn it off, like it just didn't really activate for me. So if one of you could please try spinning that wheel and let me know what happens, that would be much appreciated because I have no idea if it even works, but I thought it would be like a cool concept, but I really don't know if it works at all. Let me just see here. Hi from Australia, welcome Rachel. Love the routines, yay. You drove to work, which is not always the case, but I like it. Oh, do you usually commute on public transit? Driving to work is such a throwback. It's not working for you? Oh, okay, I'll have to turn it off. Hold on then, let me get up and turn that off. We can't have that. There we go. Thanks guys, I appreciate it. That's annoying. Why would they have that feature if it doesn't work? I don't know. No idea. Really confusing. Wheel not working on Android? Worst case, spin it for us. I can't even do that either. I don't know how it works. Either way, it's off now. We will maybe find something for the next stream that's fun and interactive like that. But yeah, no, that didn't work at all. How disappointing. How disappointing. Okay. Let's just see here. No diesel or petrol in the UK, so working from home. Yeah, what is going on with that? I've been hearing a lot of people like panic buying gasoline and fuel and stuff like that. It's so odd. We're not having that here, thank God. At least not that I know of. I haven't really heard much about it. Hello from Morocco. Welcome. How are you today? Thank you for joining us. Ooh, you usually commute. Nice. I'm doing good, Rose. Thank you for asking. I actually had a terrible headache this morning, but I think it's calmed down now. I think I figured that out. I woke up nice and early for this live stream to set everything up for you guys, so it would be nice and lovely. Nice and lovely. Oh, you're working from home. Nice. I actually want to start doing more live streams more frequently because my schedule has gotten a little more flexible and I miss live streaming in the mornings. Like there's something so nice about like just starting my day with you guys and like talking to people, and it just like the whole concept of getting ready in the morning is something like I no longer experience because working from home, right? So it's just like really nice to have something to get ready for like first thing in the morning. I usually do my streams on Twitch, but I do love incorporating them on YouTube now. But I do want to make sure that the YouTube ones stay like focused more so on skincare and beauty and things like that, while the Twitch ones are super casual, like just hanging out, chilling, no pressure. Sometimes we play games, like it's really just super casual. You would love to experience Morocco's weather? Same. Speaking of sunny destinations, I'm going to be going to Mexico in a few days, but apparently it's supposed to be a typhoon while we're there. Like a huge, like full week of thunderstorms and rain. So I'm a little bummed out about that, but I'm hoping it passes. Let's just look up and see what it's saying now. Okay, so it's looking like there's some breaks in it now. Like before it was just like straight thunderstorms, but now it's saying Monday's not going to be thunderstorming, but it's going to be cloudy. So that's good. Maybe it will blow over. That's what I'm really like fingers crossed for, is that it will blow over a little bit. Literally Monday's the only day that it might not rain. Oh my God. What luck. Like, I swear to God. Terrible luck. You're welcome anytime. Morocco sounds beautiful. Lovely. All right, so if you guys have any oily skin questions, definitely let me know now. I would love to start answering any questions for you guys so we can really get the ball rolling on this live stream. And of course, during this live stream, now that we have a good amount of you guys here, we are doing our first ever special kind of like promotion event. So the first 3 people that make an order on the website Glow Atelier, let's see if I can pop that in chat. If you make an order on Glow Atelier, the first 3 people that make an order will automatically get a free... I literally don't know how to use my iPad anymore. What? How do I... You guys, why do I not know how to use my iPad? There we go. Wow. Let's see if this works. Like, I have Nightbot activated, but I guess it's still not working. So weird. Anyway. We have it linked in the top of the description box as well, so if you want to go to the website, it will always be there. But anyway, first 3 orders will get a free Glow V-Line facial roller. Oh, and I didn't bring it over here. Oh my gosh. That's how you know I wasn't feeling too good this morning. One of these. I love this. I use it pretty much every single morning. Sometimes I don't, but it's just so nice for like de-swelling and depuffing the face. I didn't use it this morning because I didn't have that much time. But oh, it's nice and cold and whatever. So this is a 24 value item right here. And the first 3 people that make an order during this live event specifically will get one of these for free included in your orders. So no matter what you buy, it's going to be included in there. Super exciting about that. Let me know if you guys like this kind of like special event stuff, because I think it's fun and exciting. I think it's super fun and exciting, and I would love to do more of them like that, like adding little like surprises into orders. I just think that's so fun. A vacation, I deserve it. Yeah, we definitely deserve it. It's been like 3 years since our last vacation. It's insane. Well, we went to Vancouver, but that was like, I don't know, it didn't feel like Vancouver didn't feel like a super vacation to me. It felt more like snap. It wasn't like super relaxing, but it was so nice to get away and have like a change of pace. You have dry skin yourself, but my children have oily, acne-prone skin. I'd like to start them off on a good skincare routine now. What would you recommend? Ooh, amazing question, because like all teenagers, like a majority of teenagers have super acne-prone, oily skin. I, for one, was one of them. I was really oily. I probably didn't start actively using skincare, and even then it was like the bare minimum until I was like 15, maybe 14, I can't quite remember. All I really did was like wash my face. Like, can you believe that? Just remembering like the days where I just would wash my face and then put on makeup. Like, yikes. I wish I had started an actual proper skincare routine early in life to help. But for anyone who's young, a teenager with oily, acne-prone skin, and you want to get them on a skincare routine, they're going to be mostly concerned about being oily, because a lot of teenagers and youths are concerned about how they look, especially if they're in high school and going out. So making sure that they have something included in their routine that's going to help them control the oil is going to be amazing. Now, unfortunately, there's not really many skincare products that mattify the skin. It's just not a thing. But makeup products, there's a lot of cosmetics out there that can help with that. But if, say for example, they don't like wearing makeup, they don't want to be putting powder on their face all the time, there are products that can be used, such as those oil blotting rice paper sheets. I love using those because they don't add anything else to my skin. So when I'm feeling like extra shiny, I just take one of those rice sheets and put it on the places that I'm oily. Or because I have dry hands, like my hands are so dry, my favorite thing to do that I've been doing for years is I use the back of my hands. It's usually really clean, never my fingertips, my God. And I just oil blot with the back of my hands, and then that moisturizes my dry hands and helps take the shine off of the areas of concern that I have. You could even do that double S detailer. You can do that with your hands as well. So say for example you are just shiny on the nose. I usually just take like my knuckles, because I have dry skin, and like that. But there are other things you can do, like napkins also work great. So say for example you're at a restaurant or something and there's a napkin, those are so dry that they will work the exact same. So say for example your date goes out to the bathroom, you can just pat your nose with the napkin that you have beside you, especially if it's a disposable one. If it's a fabric one, not so well. I would just use the back of your hands and just make sure they're clean and you are keeping your hands clean. That's what works best for me. But yes, so say for example you have that teenager and you do want to start them on using actual skincare products. When they have oily skin, maybe they're acne prone, you don't really need to be applying too much on their skin, because they are still so young that their skin just doesn't need a lot of product. So really just cleansing the face in the morning, especially if they have acne, is really important, because you need to get that bacteria, that acne causing bacteria off. If they don't have acne, you could even just skip the whole cleansing process and honestly just use a toner. I would always recommend using something with niacinamide in it. I love recommending niacinamide toners because niacinamide helps to control oil production and balance it out in the skin. This one that we have on Glow Atelier is really great for that. Also, you don't have to be an oily skin type to use a toner like this. It's also good for balancing out the color of your skin. So it's not going to like whiten your skin. I know a lot of products from Korea can say whitening, but they don't actually whiten the skin. They just have brightening benefits to help even out an uneven skin tone. So even if they're young, their skin looks flawless, they don't have discoloration, it's still safe to use niacinamide products on any age and any skin type, realistically. So I would say if they don't have acne, go ahead and use a niacinamide-based toner just to freshen the face in the morning and help balance out that oil and water level in the skin. Or if they are acne prone, you can go in and make sure they're using a foam cleanser that's a little bit more on the acidic side, or is it the basic side? I always forget which one, but something that's a little bit outside of the neutral pH spectrum, because it's going to help balance out. Oh wait, I think it's more basic. Is it? Oh, I always forget this part of chemistry. But anyways, if your pH of the skin ideally is more on the neutral side, people with oily skin type tend to be either more on the outside of that neutral pH zone. So the skin's neutral pH zone would be like, I think a high 5 to 6 maybe? Anyway, you get what I'm saying, right? So if they're on the oilier side, they're going to be more away from that middle point of a neutral pH level. So you want to counteract that with something that's in the opposite spectrum. So say for example, the skin is more acidic, you want to use a more basic foam cleanser to help bring their skin back to that neutral point in the pH level. So the Pacific Fresh Herb Origin Cleansing Foam is a little outside of that neutral spectrum. So it's going to bring an oily skin type back into that neutral zone. So if they are acne prone, this would be something to consider using for your routine if you have that oily or even acne prone skin type, without it being super, super harsh on the skin. Then of course, following up with the niacinamide toner to help add moisture back into the skin, help add that water level, and have that niacinamide help balance any overproduction of oil in the skin. After that, for an oily skin type, I would make sure to use just really any kind of gel oil balancing product in the routine. Again, with the niacinamide, niacinamide is always a great serum to include in an oily skin type because it does have that capability of balancing the oil production in the skin. This one by Pacific that pairs perfectly with this toner is a great one to use because it has skin calming ingredients in there, it has hydrating ingredients in there, and it also has a good percentage of that niacinamide that's going to really balance out the oil production in the skin without being heavy, without being overly drying. So it's really great for teenagers or really anyone with an oily skin type to use. Even if you're sensitive, it's really just a nice hydrating formula that doesn't add any kind of oil to the skin. I actually really like that. I've been using it quite a bit to help brighten up my skin tone because I have a few acne scars, but I can't actively just use vitamin C every single day. It can damage my skin barrier as someone with dry skin. So I like to mix it up and use like a niacinamide and then use a vitamin C and just kind of change it up and switch it up so that I'm not damaging my skin, because the niacinamide is nice and it's going to help brighten that skin tone without being super, super drying and being an acid on the skin. Wow, rice sheets. Yeah, you can get them at dollar stores or even at pharmacies, just the oil blotting sheets. They're usually made with like some form of rice in my experience. You love my dress. Thank you. It's from Princess Polly last summer. Like, how is my iPad battery dying? Does anybody else, like, I bought this iPad new, and it was, like, crappy from the start. Like, the battery dies so fast. It takes, like, decades to charge, and even when it's plugged in, it hardly charges. I should have returned it and got a new one, but I just like assumed that was normal, but it's actually like really crappy. Does anyone else experience that with their iPads? I mean, this one's kind of old. Like, I got it almost 4 years ago now, but like, it's not really reliable. Like, the battery is just like trash. Aside from that, with a teenager who has an oily skin type, or even yourself if you have a really oily skin type, you do want to make sure that you're constantly adding some form of anti-aging benefit to your skin, because you're not going to be able to do that with those heavy creams, because they're just going to be too much for your skin. So I always love recommending some form of rice ferment product, because rice extract has oil mattifying benefits. It's not extremely mattifying, but it's going to really have that extra boost to help control that oil in your skin. Plus, if it's a fermented rice ingredient, it's going to have antioxidant benefits, right? And antioxidants help fight against the oxidative stress from UV rays and it literally existing, the aging effects of existing in this world. So I always like recommending a fermented rice product, because you're going to get that anti-aging benefit without the heaviness that is so common with anti-aging products. There's not a lot of skincare out there yet, like it's starting to come, that is not catered to older skin types. And I love finding products that are serum forms that are still going to give hydration, a little bit of moisture, anti-aging, but be suitable and lightweight for an oilier skin type, or just for a layering routine. So definitely check out rice serums or any rice gel based product, and any age group can use them as well, because they are those natural rice ingredients. There's no acids, nothing super harsh on the skin, and nothing that's too heavy that could clog someone's pores who is really young and doesn't need that much heaviness on the skin. Then for them, if they are maybe say a little bit older, because that in itself, like toner, niacinamide hydrating serum, and then a hydrating anti-aging gel rice serum might be plenty for someone who's say 15 years old with acne. They could just finish off with like a nice liquid SPF and be fine for the day. But if they're a little bit older, or if they have a bumpy skin texture, I saw that you asked what would you do if you have more of a rough skin texture. That would be where you need to start including some form of acid in your routine to help smooth out and exfoliate that texture on the skin. So incorporating a AHA, BHA product would be a great way to regulate skin texture over time. This is the Pacific Pink AHA BHA cream. It includes a nice gentle amount of that glycolic acid that works on the surface layer of the skin to even out bumps and just a rough texture on the surface. Plus, it has that BHA in there that targets deeper into the pores, right? To help unclog congested skin and help prevent clogged pores from happening again. This is an amazing, honestly, dual product for targeting everything to do with congested skin and rough skin texture. And what I love about it is that it's a gel. Like, I love AHA and I love BHA, but they're so commonly in liquid forms that for me, someone with dry, dehydrated skin, pretty much always dehydrates and dries me out even further. But I have a congested skin type with a lot of dead skin buildup, so I need to include some form of chemical exfoliation and acid into my routine to help regulate that. But it's such a fine line for me to go over and accidentally damage my skin barrier, which happened to me last week, and I've been trying to recover from a damaged skin barrier for over a week now. But with products that are gel or cream based, I'm able to get all the benefits of an AHA and a BHA and reduce the negative side effects of having too much of that in a liquid form. It really is so nice. So it has, I believe, cactus extract, which is crazy hydrating without having to use a hyaluronic acid. So it's giving you those hydrating benefits without adding more acid into your routine, because you have enough. You have an AHA and a BHA, you really don't need more acid. That's plenty. It also has skin calming ingredients in there to help really reduce any irritation that could potentially come from using an acid or any irritation that you do already have. And it smells amazing. Just a really light, delicate, fresh scent to it. And it's just super hydrating at the same time. Aside from that, because it is a more gentler form of exfoliation with that AHA and BHA in a nice gel texture, you might feel like you're not going to get those intense instant results that you would get, say, with a glycolic acid toner. So what I would recommend for really quickly resolving texture issues while doing it in a more gentle way is taking your toner of choice. It doesn't have to be an acid. It can be any toner. It can be a hydrating toner. It can be a calming toner. It can be a niacinamide toner. And putting that on a cotton pad that's a little more rough textured. And then every single morning, give yourself a nice exfoliation with that. It's going to remove all that excess dead skin buildup that's adding to that texture issue to help get a nice smoother finish on the skin without overly using acids. Your biggest issue is blackheads and enlarged pores. The only thing that works is cleaning my face nonstop. Oh my gosh, no. So I have blackheads too. Honestly, everybody has blackheads. They're really, really like impossible to prevent. But you can help get control over them. So that's where using a BHA more regularly in your routine is going to help with that blackhead production to slow it down. Also, BHA can help reduce large pores that are specifically caused by an overproduction oil. So if you do have an oily skin type, you have large pores and you have blackheads, what you really need to consider doing in your routine is having a BHA product. It can be in the gel form, it can be in the liquid form, or even a niacinamide, something that's going to help balance that excessive oil production that's making your pores dilate. Both niacinamide and BHA help combat blackheads as well, because an excess in oil production can help cause blackheads when combined with dead skin cells. That being said, you want to control those dead skin cells with that toner and that cotton pad. So making sure that you don't have active dead skin cells on your skin and helping to balance that oil production is going to help slow down the production of blackheads and also control the enlargement of pores. Now, there are 3 different types of enlarged pores. And believe it or not, they're not all caused by oily skin. And that is such a common misconception, is assuming that large pores are caused by an oily skin type, but that's not true at all. Another reason for large pores is dehydration. And you'll notice it's dehydration when the pores feel long and stretched out. And they're like thin and they're long and they're just like, they're big, but they're like long. That is a key indicator that your skin is dehydrated and your skin is being pulled from that dehydration, making your pores seem long, large, and stretched out. So if you feel like that is what your pores look like, it's a good chance you're not actually oily and your skin is just really thirsty for some water. Aside from that, the 3rd type of enlarged pore is from skin aging. This is where you're going to get a combination of like a circular pore, but it's going to be somewhat warped and a little bit long. With that, it's more of an elasticity skin aging issue, and really all you can do is use firming ingredients such as caffeine. Microneedling really helps with that. You want to firm and tighten the skin. Ginseng extract is a good one for firming and tightening the skin. Aside from that, doing, did I already say laser treatments to help firm and tighten the skin? Like Fraxel is a great one to include as well. I had to close my iPad because it was dying already, even though it's plugged in. I don't know. Let's bring up the chat here. your biggest issue is blackheads and large pores. The only thing that works for you is washing your face a lot. Yeah, so it really could be dehydration, Tracy. So if you haven't already tried using skincare that is really, really hydrating, try that out, because it might not be oily skin that's giving you those large pores. And remember, guys, the first 3 orders during this live stream are going to get 1 free Glow V-Line facial roller. So if you haven't gone over to the website now, you can shop all these products that we're recommending, and you can get a free Glow V-Line facial roller. This helps to firm and tighten the skin. It mimics the motion of facial massages that are done in esthetician clinics that pinch at the skin, stimulating blood flow to help firm and lift and tighten the skin. Now I'm doing it really gently on my face because I have a little bit of makeup on. I don't want to disrupt it a little bit, but it's amazing for that. I also love using it on my neck in a downward, oh my god, it already feels so good. It feels so good. But it especially when my neck is just messed up, which it is every single day. I have such neck problems that it feels so lovely. Anyway, so many great uses for that. Sometimes I even go and just use it like on my arms to help tighten the skin there, because I'm desperate with my arms, you guys. I'm always desperate with my arms. But yeah, you can get 1 of those free in your order if you're within the first 3 people to make an order during this live stream event. So definitely check out the link in the description box right down below this video. Click on that and you can start shopping for any of the skincare products that we're mentioning in today's stream and potentially be a winner to get a free facial roller. iPad mini doesn't charge with screen on quickly. I know mine's not that. I think mine's just the iPad Classic. Like, it's not the mini, it's just iPad. It's not iPad Pro. But yeah, I'm like, it's pretty crappy, honestly. I don't like it. It's like, I don't use it because it's always dying so fast. And I'm like, how? This is like a new iPad. Well, I barely use it because it's like always dying. Val, welcome to the stream. How are you? I'm just seeing your comment now. You'd love to hear about redness too, yeah. No issue. So, with redness in the skin, there are quite a few causes that could cause redness. It can be too much sun exposure. It can be you literally physically being too hot temperature-wise. So if you're feeling a little sweaty, if you're just sitting there and you're having like a hot flash, that can include it. If your body temperature is too high, you can get red in the face. I am like that. Even when I work out, I always get so red in the face because that's just, I guess it's just a lot of vascularity in the face that makes you look flushed really easily. Aside from that, it can be just surface temperature on the face alone, and sometimes this can be caused by skin conditions such as rosacea. Rosacea is where I think it's something to do with the capillaries of the skin that just have too much blood flow, and it can cause a lot of inflammation in the skin because of that. So if you do suffer from redness on the skin, what you want to generally focus your skincare around is using calming, cooling, hydrating products and products that have anti-inflammatory benefits. You want to reduce inflammation on the skin, calm and cool that blood flow that's collecting too much in the face to help resolve any redness in the skin. Now, it's a little hard to do that if you're not at home. So say, for example, you use all your calming and cooling and anti-inflammatory skincare products in the morning, but then you go to work or you go out for the day, and that redness can come back because your skin is getting too hot on the surface. What you can do is have cooling tools on you. I know this isn't ideal, but say, for example, just having a gua sha or a jade gua sha. Those naturally are cooler and keep cool. So if you keep that in your purse, for example, you can just take it and hold it on the skin to pull the heat out of the face. And that also won't really disrupt your makeup as well. So I don't sell any gua shas in the store, but the jade roller does have the same kind of jade to the touch rollers, but I wouldn't recommend keeping this in your purse. It's not going to serve the same purpose. But for example, it's cold to the touch pretty much always. So that's going to pull the heat out of the face just by touching, like it already feels cooler on my skin here. So that's just an example of what I would do if I had a lot of really serious redness issues, especially rosacea, and I was out for the day. I would always keep a jade gua sha or even like a metal gua sha on it. I think I prefer jade better. And just be able to hold that on my skin when it's just a little too hot. If you're at home and you feel like you're really red in the face, you can of course use an ice pack, or you can reapply some cooling skincare products to really help pull the redness out of the face. An example of some skincare products that do contain calming and cooling and anti-inflammatory benefits is the Nacific Fresh Cica Plus Clear Cream. So this has a Cica formula in there which contains ingredients such as Centella asiatica, what's the other one? Centella extract as well. These are plant extracts that naturally have calming, cooling, and anti-inflammatory benefits in them to help pull heat, inflammation, and redness out of the skin. Plus it comes in a gel type formula, so it's going to pull all that water and all that hydration into the skin, which alternatively also helps to cool the skin down when it has a good balance of water in the face. So this one is a good one to try out. I actually really like using this as a hydrating layer in my skincare routine because it's not a cream. I know they say cream, but it really is a gel consistency that feels so cold to the touch. Like as soon as I apply it on my hands, it feels really nice and cool. It's super, super hydrating. It has a little bit of a moisturizing effect. So if you are an oily skin type who is concerned about aging or the moisture level in your skin, this is going to give you that really gentle layer of moisture that isn't going to make you shiny or super, super oily. Also amazing if you have an acne issue. Really good for acne prone skin types as well because it's not going to clog the pores. It's not going to be too heavy on the skin, but all those calming, cooling, anti-inflammatory benefits are going to help reduce inflammation and acne pimples as well. Plus it smells amazing. Feels amazing too. I really love this one. It's also good to, like, if you're like me and you have like a 10-step Korean skincare routine and you have for years and you love using sleeping masks, this is a great one you can use at the end of your evening routine to seal everything in with that super beneficial layer because of it is that gel texture as well. Again, all these products you can get on my Korean skincare store down in the link below. How do you know if your skin barrier is damaged? Oh my gosh, it's so bad. You will know. You will know if your skin barrier is damaged because it hurts. And it's like, it's tight, it's pulling, it's cracking, it's peeling, it's red. You start breaking out when you normally don't break out, for example. And it just really hurts. It really hurts, you guys. So I damaged my skin barrier by using too many acids. I was a little too confident and I thought my skin was ready to incorporate more acids into my routine a little more regularly. I don't think my skin will ever be able to again. I feel like I'm just too much of a dry skin type to have a glycolic acid in my routine more than twice a week. Because I was really trying to brighten up my skin tone and just fade the remaining acne scars I did have, and it just was too much for me. And I think the next day, like, I woke up and it was just like, oh my god, I was like, my face, like, it literally, I woke up and it was painful to open my mouth because it was so dry around here that any stretching of my skin was literally cracking my face. And then like the flakes of skin were like lifting and I was like, oh my god. And then I started breaking out additionally because of that, because I didn't have that natural moisture barrier to protect my skin from invading bacteria. So all that bacteria from the air, from existing, from water, was just taking over. So I had a lot of breakouts and it hurts. But what you can do to help repair a damaged skin barrier is right off the bat, just try to reduce everything you do. So for me, I can't cleanse my face in the morning. Just skip it. Can't do it. It's so dry. It hurts. Like, why remove any of the oil I have remaining in my skin that's trying to be a healthy barrier when it's not even there? Like, don't remove it. Just don't. So what I was doing, because I still needed to remove all those dead skin cells, right? Like, I had so many dead skin cells, it was literally coming off in layers. So I can't put moisturizers and repairing creams on top of dead flaking skin. It's going to do nothing. All that dead flaking skin, when you have a damaged skin barrier, is going to be like a barricade, like a wall, preventing all those nourishing skincare products from even having an effect on the skin. So what you have to do is start exfoliating those away, but keep using all those super healing and repairing skincare products. So I had to use a toner, not this one. I was using the Pacific Fresh Herb Origin toner because it has a lot of calendula extract. I can't remember the name, but either way, it has a lot of natural skin healing ingredients. I think it's 82% calendula extract, which is a plant extract that helps to repair and heal the skin with antibacterial benefits. So I was using that on a cotton pad every morning and just scrubbing off all that dead skin, and then applying another layer onto my face to have those antibacterial benefits but still repair and heal my skin and moisturize it a little bit. After that, I was just going in with anything healing. So I wasn't using specifically anything with niacinamide, just no niacinamide, because I don't need to regulate the oil production. I need more oil. So I was using the Pacific Clear Plus Cica serum because all that centella, that cicaplast, all that healing, calming, soothing, cooling, hydrating ingredients, anti-inflammatory, I wanted that on my face. I needed it. After that, I was using the Abib hydration cream water tube because it adds such a lovely layer of hydration with a balance of moisture. So it was just the right amount that I needed on my face for hydration plus bonus moisture. Then I was finishing it off with the Klairs Rich Moist Soothing Cream because the Klairs Rich Moist Soothing Cream has ceramide NP in it. And ceramide is one of the best skin repairing ingredients you can have in your routine if you have a damaged skin barrier. So whenever my skin is just messed the F up, I always go back to that Klairs Rich Moist Soothing Cream because it's so rich and so good at repairing my skin. And in a few days, it's started to resolve itself. I'm still damaged and it's still dry, but it's not nearly as bad as it was before. You use a moisturizer with 5% niacinamide? That's amazing. Good. Anything like above a 6% niacinamide is not going to make a difference. So using a 5% is like perfect if you're looking to control the oil production in your skin and also get that brightening benefit from niacinamide. Just wanted to say hi and support the channel. Thanks, Rockchu. It's good to see you. How are you today if you're still here? What would I use for dry patches on my face? I have sensitive combination skin, but it usually gets more dry during the winter. Ooh, again, so if you have those dry patches, definitely focus those ceramide-based creams on those dry areas. It really is like the best thing you can do for your skin. So peptides, ceramides, anything that is going to help stimulate collagen as well can help repair skin. If your whole face isn't dry, then you don't need to apply it all over your skin. You can just spot area treat as well. So if you do have those really, really bad dry patches, I would definitely recommend using the Klairs Fresh Moist or Rich Moist Soothing Cream because it has those ceramides in there that are going to help repair a damaged skin barrier where it's dry, peeling, flaking, powdery even. The Abib Hydration Water Cream has helped to save my skin because it gives that rich layer of hydration with some of those essential oils that are really good for repairing the damaged skin barrier as well. Aside from that, the Pacific Fresh Herb Origin Cream is really nice for daily use to help prevent a damaged skin barrier. It's not quite rich enough to like use it as an emergency repairing product, but it's a good daily cream to add like the perfect balance of hydration and moisture to help prevent it from happening, especially in the winter season. My God, especially in the winter season. Aside from that, the I'm From Honey Glow Cream is another alternative to, say for example, the Pacific Fresh Herb Origin Cream, because it's that perfect balance of super hydrating with moisturizing for daily use if you have a drier skin type in the winter time. Miss Gra, hey, how are you? Welcome, welcome. Have I found any tricks for dry eye? Yours is a heat beam pack, but nothing else. Ooh, not really. I've used heated packs on my eyes and they haven't really done, like, they feel great, but I don't see like a dramatic improvement in my dry eye syndrome. I'm actually, this is like TMI, but I'm actually starting to get concerned I might have like, it's an autoimmune disorder called Sjogren's disease, and it's like, it's really just when your body just doesn't know how to produce like the moisture it needs in like your mouth and your eyes and in your joints, because my joints crack all the time. Like, I'm always like making noise when I move, and then my eyes are so unbelievably dry and my mouth is unbelievably dry. I'm really starting to thinking I have that. It's a little bit concerning, but who knows. I want to go to the eye doctor again and really stress how bad my eyes have been, and mention my mouth as well. Speaking of mouth, I'm so thirsty. A nice fresh lemon water. Yeah. But yeah, I pretty much always have like eye drops on hand because my eyes are so dry. So dry. Speaking of eyes, it's so important that we use products around our eyes that are not containing acids or vitamin C. So even if you have an oily skin type, I would suggest using your serums or even your hydrating creams that don't have any acid in them or exfoliating ingredients over and around your eyes, because our eyes are our thinnest layers of skin on our body, and they're the ones that age first. So I don't actually use any eye cream products because they just are a little too gimmicky for me. So I always use my hydrating gel type products around my eyes because they're not heavy to the point where they will travel into your eye and irritate your eyeball. But they have all those beneficial ingredients like the antioxidants for anti-aging. They have the calming and hydrating and skin repairing ingredients that are going to give you all those anti-aging benefits for the delicate skin around your eyes without being damaging to your actual eye. Hugs, thanks! You've been doing okay, just really busy at work, so glad to stop by on this stream. We're happy to have you. Thanks for joining us. We've all been busy though. It's crazy how busy we can get. I feel like it's unfortunate, but the older you get, like the more busy everything becomes. It's insane. It's absolutely insane. But yeah, let's get back into oily skin type routines. So we already talked about the importance of using a toner, the importance of using a face wash if you have oily skin and acne, and of course the importance of including ingredients such as niacinamide in your routine to help balance the skin, the importance of using rice extracts in your oily skin routine to help balance that oil but still give you anti-aging and benefits. We talked about incorporating acids into your routine if you have a rough skin texture, such as the AHA and the BHA to help regulate the texture, and that BHA to help regulate the oil production in the skin, but incorporating it in a gel cream format so that you don't accidentally overly dry out your skin and damage it. But we haven't talked about evening cleansing for oily skin types and protection throughout the day. So say for example you're 15 years old, or you're in your early 20s, or you're in your teens, or even if you're older like me and you still get oily skin, it's always important to never, ever, 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 ever skip your SPF. And I am guilty of this from a young age. I'm really upset that it wasn't more prevalent when I was younger how actually important it is to use SPF. And even in my youth, there wasn't any SPF options for the face that were good. So anyone who's younger now in this day and age, I am so envious of you all for having access to so many amazing SPFs for the face that cater to every skin type. Because back in my day, it was like thick, white cast, break you out in acne, and especially if you're acne prone and oily, just using SPF was a nightmare. It would break me out, it would make everything worse. But I love to recommend this one. It's been one of our best sellers on the website since we got it. We literally are burning through this product, you guys. You have been buying it up like crazy. But this is the Abib Heartleaf Sun Essence Calming Drop SPF 50. It is a serum liquid SPF, making it so good for people with an oily combination skin type that gets congested easily, because that lightweight liquid formula is not going to add any sort of aggressive layers that are super, super heavy to the skin. So if you are oily and you're concerned that you don't want to be using cream type textures on your skin, this is perfect because it's literally a liquid. And it's so lightweight. Plus, it has heart leaf extract, which I believe is Centella asiatica. Heart leaf is just like the non-technical name for it, which is super calming, soothing, anti-inflammatory, and it has antioxidants in there. So it's going to help reduce redness in the skin. It's going to help add hydration. It's going to give those anti-aging benefits without being heavy. So even if you have an acne-prone skin type, that heart leaf extract is going to reduce inflammation, helping to combat the acne that you might have. Oh, it's so lovely. It's so lovely. Now, of course, any SPF or any kind of somewhat thicker consistency product is going to help add, or not help, but it is going to add to the potential for oil control, which is why it's important that even if you do want to maintain a proper skincare routine, you do want to have really, really good skincare, but you're concerned about your oil production, it is essential that you find a solution that works best for you throughout the day to help control your oil and remove that excess oil that might be forming on the skin. And like I said before, for me, that is using the back of my clean hand to oil blot my face, because my hands are so dry always that using the back of my hand will just gobble up any excess oil that's sitting on my face. Like, it just literally drinks it up. If you don't have dry hands like me, but I'm sure you do, everyone does with how much we're washing our hands, which we always should be, then using those oil blotting paper rice sheets that you can get at the drugstore, you can get them at some skincare stores, you can even get them at dollar stores, are really great to have in your purse, have at your desk, and just blot away all that excess oil. If you don't like using that, you can always just use a translucent compact powder to pat the oil. But I don't like using those because they kind of clog my pores. So if you have like an acne prone skin type, you're a little bit more congested, you might find that using any kind of powder is going to give you a little more blackheads. You might get more clogged pores, and we can't be having that. For me, I also feel like powders make my skin look older. When I use them, they really emphasize on fine lines, so I just stay clear of it. Would you wear SPF even when it's cloudy outside? Absolutely. SPF needs to be worn all year round, every single day. And the easiest way that I make sure I'm using my SPF year round every single day is using it as my day cream step. So even with the liquid one, you don't need to be using like a cream during the day if you have an oilier skin type. You can simply use your serums of choice, such as the niacinamide serum and the rice serum, and then finish off your day routine with your day cream being your SPF layer, even if it's liquid. And how I make this work for me and make sure that I do use it every single day is I turn it into a tinted SPF. So I put my 1/4 teaspoon amount in the palms of my hands, then I take my foundation of choice, which for me is the The Ordinary Serum Foundation in the shade Y2G. And I put half a pump into my palms, mix it together, and all over my face. That's what I did this morning. I do it every single day, year round, and that is how I make sure that I fight against the major signs of aging with SPF as my day cream, and it's perfect for me. There are so many amazing SPFs out there that have so many benefits included in them. It's not just SPF, right? You can get SPFs that focus for acne, that focus for oily or normal combination skin types. You can get ones that focus on anti-aging benefits with antioxidants in there, with plant extracts in there, with so many skincare benefits, right? That it's so easy to do it like that. It's so easy. So I do that every day. I did it today. That's my go-to foundation routine, and it has been my go-to foundation routine for maybe 2.5 years now, actually. And it's perfect, honestly. It gives me just the right amount of moisture my skin needs. It never pills or looks too heavy, and I still am able to get a color correcting amount of coverage that I desire without looking heavy or cakey. It's perfect, honestly. So today I did that with my The Ordinary Foundation in the shade 2YG, and I mixed it not with this SPF because my skin is damaged, right? It's super dry. So I've been using, again, the Pacific Fresh Herb Origin UV SPF, and I've been mixing it together. It's perfect, honestly. If you can start including SPF in your routine in that format, you'll never stop. Never stop. Even when it's cloudy, you need to use it, because there are the burning rays, which are the UVB, or is it the UVA? Either way. And then there's the rays that are a shorter wavelength. So there's different wavelengths to UV rays. The burning rays are the shorter wavelengths. They hit the surface of the skin and really give you that immediate redness, that burn, that yikes. So those are the shorter wavelengths. Then there's the longer wavelengths, which is the UVB, and those can penetrate through clouds. Those are the ones that mess you up in the wintertime as well. Those are the deep UV rays that age the skin, right? So with the shorter wavelength ones, they're reaching deeper into your skin, right? So they're going through those clouds, they're hitting deeper, and you're not getting a burn from them, but they're hitting deeper into the skin, which gives you all that aging year round. Doesn't matter if it's cloudy, overcast, doesn't matter if it's the middle of the winter. Those UVB rays are coming in short wavelengths from the sun and penetrating into the skin, giving you those early signs of aging, those age spots, those freckles and sun damage that come up later in years, and you're like, I haven't even tanned, I haven't even been in the sun, where did this come from? That's your sun damage from years ago surfacing to the skin. So use your SPF, friends, every single day if you want to make sure that you look younger, longer, later in life. You gotta do it. And recently, I'm mad at myself about this when it comes to SPF, you guys. Like, I'm so guilty of this. I literally hate myself for this. But within the past year, I've started to notice my hands are looking really old. Like, I've got sunspots on my hands. And I'm mad at myself for not putting SPF on my hands earlier in life. So recently, I've been making a huge effort to start trying to reverse the signs of aging on my hands. I think I still have time. I'm only 29, so I think I should have started much earlier, but starting now is still a head start in my opinion. A lot of older people generally don't start until they're like 50 when they really look bad. But I think I'm starting early. So I went to Winners, Marshalls, those kind of stores, and I found a really cheap retinol cream for the face. Bought that. So I use it every single night on my hands as my hand cream before I go to bed, so that I'm getting the benefits of retinol for my hands specifically. Then I've also been using a glycolic acid on my hands every day. Not if I'm using retinol though. I alternate. So it's either I'm using the glycolic acid or the retinol. And I take a cotton pad and I apply it only to the top layer of my hands because it's really sticky. So I do that. And that's made a huge difference in, like, I've been doing that for about a month and I've definitely seen some results with my hands. They could be looking better, but I'm definitely seeing results. And now I'm applying SPF to my hands every day. And specifically, I love using the lighter weight one. So it will either be the BRONWYN one because it's nice and liquidy and it's not going to be like super, super heavy on my hands. Or I've been using a stick one that's matte that I can just rub on my hands if I'm going out to help prevent the sun from making my hands look even older. Especially since I'm using retinol and glycolic acid on my hands. If I don't protect them with an SPF, that's going to make my hands look even older if they're exposed to sun because I'm exfoliating them and I'm renewing the surface of the skin that they're going to be even more sensitive to the harmful effects of UV rays now. So yeah, SPF on my hands now whenever I leave the house and using glycolic acid and retinol alternating every single day. You're loving this sunscreen, you got some and it's absolutely amazing and 0 breakouts or irritation. Ooh, I'm so glad you're loving it. So for anyone who doesn't know, she's referencing, I believe you're referencing the Abib Heartleaf Sun Essence Calming Drop SPF. It is so good. It is so good. I'm so happy you're loving it. You don't like the cream format? Amazing. That's amazing. I'm so glad you like it. Just a reminder, you guys, all these products are available on my store, glowatelier.com, in the description box down below. And the first 3 orders during this live stream will be gifted a free Glow V-Line facial roller in their package. Free of charge, a gift as a thank you. So if you want this or any of the products here, this will be free to the first 3 people that make an order. A little sneaky surprise in your package. All right, aside from SPF, we have one more concept about oily skin types we can talk about, and that is evening cleansing. And I always want to stress the importance of proper cleansing in the evening because the evening is the most important time to cleanse your face. So, oil cleansing. Oil cleansing. Don't be afraid of it. Don't be afraid of it. So especially if you have an oily skin type, this is your new best friends. Oil cleansing is amazing if you have acne, if you have congested skin, and if you have too much oil on your face. Remember, guys, oil attracts oil. So if you have oily skin and at the end of the day, after your makeup, after your SPF, you feel super shiny, you feel extra oily, you feel gross, using an oil cleanser is going to attract all that excess oil, all that grime, all that makeup, all that SPF sitting in your pores, and it's going to lift it to the surface so it can all be washed away perfectly. I kid you not, you guys. I don't know if any of you used to watch my channel many, many years ago when I suffered with cystic acne. Using oil cleansing literally revolutionized my acne. When I started incorporating an oil cleansing routine into the end of my day routine, I kid you not, my acne went away so fast. So fast. I have not gone back since. I believe I've been oil cleansing for almost 10 years now. I started, I think, the year before I moved to South Korea, which I believe when I first lived in South Korea was 8 years ago, maybe more now. Like, yikes, time is going by too fast. But I kid you not, start oil cleansing now. You will not regret it. This one is the Fresh Herb Origin cleansing oil with jasmine. It is a super lightweight oil, so it's not going to leave any kind of heavy residue on your skin after you use it. It's ideal for people with normal oily combination skin types. You can also use it if you're a dry skin type. It's just you're not going to get that moisturizing layer remaining on your skin after. So realistically, any skin type can use it. It's just catered more towards people with an oily normal combination skin type. So how you do an oil cleansing is at the end of your day, with dry skin, take a full pump of the oil cleanser into the palms of your hands and massage over dry, uncleansed skin. This is going to use the benefits of oil to attract the oil within your pores, attract all that gunk, all that makeup, all that SPF that's settled into your pores, pull it to the oil cleanser that's sitting on the surface of your skin so it can all be washed away. It breaks down and dissolves makeup and SPF for the perfect cleanse. Oh, it's so good. Now, the best and most effective way to oil cleanse is to do a 2-step cleansing process. So I would always go in, every time I oil cleanse, I always go in after with a foam cleanser to make sure that everything is removed from my pores. I don't want any remaining SPF or makeup at all. That could potentially lead to more clogged pores, more blackheads, and more acne. So always use a 2-step cleansing method at the end of your day to ensure your pores are perfectly clean. This is going to help fight against the acne-causing bacteria, clogged pores, congested skin, acne, everything. It's just going to be a revolutionary game changer to your routine, especially if you have oily skin. Oily skin and acne, 100%. Amazing, revolutionary skincare. Oh, you know, oil versus oil? Yeah, I think it's, yeah, oil attracts oil. I'm trying to, like, think of, like, the proper term for it, but all I can think about is, you know how, like, oil separates from water, but if you add an oil to an oil, they blend seamlessly. It's because oil attracts oil. Anyway, that's a little chemistry that I'm not, like, super fluent on anymore, but I used to be when I was obviously taking chemistry in high school. You don't like that it doesn't foam? Oh, but you can get the satisfaction of foaming with the foam cleanser after. For me, oil cleansing is super satisfying for me because my favorite part of it, honestly, is going over my mascara because I always use a Japanese waterproof mascara. So makeup removers, like standard makeup removers, just don't remove it. It's terrible. So, like, it's so satisfying for me, like, at the end of the day when I just, like, go like this and go over my eyes. And then once I'm done, like, I open my eyes and it's just, like, it's all melted. And it's, like, it's literally, like, so satisfying for me. Especially, like, wiping it away after. I'm like, Alright, you guys. So, I think we've been alive. How long have we been live for? I can't really see up there. I feel like it's been almost 2 hours, right? I can't see. I can't see. Anyway, you guys, I think we've been live for about 2 hours now. So, we're going to end this live stream with some Q&As. So, we are open to asking me anything. It doesn't have to be about skincare. It can be about me. It can be about life. It can be about lifestyle. Like, what am I doing? It can be any question you may have for tips and advice in whatever you want. So feel free to ask me anything that you want right now. We are going to answer some questions. We're going to chill for a little bit. We're going to hang out before we end things off for the day. If you have any, like, literally ask me anything. Ask me anything. We're open to it right now. Let's see what's going on over here. It's so dark I can't see. I cannot see. I haven't had breakfast yet. What did you guys have for breakfast? I would love to know. 75 minutes. Oh, so it's just been over an hour. That's fine. Tell us a little more about the holiday. Ooh, I don't really know. We've only planned like the resort because of COVID and the pandemic. We're not really too sure like if we want to do any outside of the resort excursions. Just because it is Mexico and they're not really like doing any like I understand why they're not doing it, but they're not doing any like COVID tests to get into the country. So anybody can go into the country, but it's your country's rules and regulations when you're coming home, right? So the only time we need to get a COVID test is when we're coming home. So we're not really inclined to leave the resort for excursions. Like we might do one, but even so the weather is going to be like a hurricane while we're there. So yeah, we haven't really planned much outside of just going to the resort, but the resort we are going to is super bougie. It's the same one we went to last time, which I did vlog about as well. So if you guys want to check it out, you can catch my only other Mexico vlog. It's on my vlogging channel. It's not on this channel. And I have about two or three vlogs from that trip where we're going to be going to the same place. So it's mostly just for relaxing and enjoying the bougie, luxurious resort and just like taking a break. Because we've been working so hard for the past 3 years and haven't had a vacation. But it is in Cancun, Mexico. Where in Cancun though? Puerto Vallarta? Can't quite remember. Anyway, it's lovely. So it's just going to be really just for relaxing, disconnecting. I'm not going to bring my laptop at all. We really just need like a break and to just enjoy and relax. I really hope the weather clears up for it though. It's going to suck if it's going to be thunderstorming the whole time we're there. Do you still want to move abroad one day, even if not anytime soon? Yeah, I don't like living in Canada. I'm sorry, I don't. It's funny because before I ever lived abroad, like I wanted to settle down in Canada. I wanted to just like get a house. Like I wanted to follow that like blueprint of life that's like kind of set out for you. But then as soon as I lived in South Korea, like everything changed for me. I was like, wow, Canada is just not it for me. It's just not. It's hard though, like, I don't know what it would be like, but like I definitely don't want my main base to be in Canada. It's just like, it's just not exciting. I don't know. It's not entertaining for me. Like, it's a boring country unless you love nature and hiking. If you love just being in a forest and hiking, and like, Canada's for you then. But if you like, you know, trendy things, if you like going out to restaurant, I don't know, it's just not the same. So yeah, I do definitely want to keep living abroad. What's my favorite motivational music? It changes depending on my mood, but right now it is cafe K-pop music playlists. That is like, if I am working and listening to music, that is exactly what I'd be listening to, is cafe K-pop music playlists, either on Spotify or on SoundCloud. I especially love the SoundCloud ones though, they're so good. Or if it's not K-pop cafe music, it's lo-fi cafe music. Or lo-fi cafe jazz is what my go-to genres are. Do you think that Toronto is a good city to start your business? Yeah. I mean, are you planning to start a storefront or like an online exclusive store? Because I think if you're planning to do an online store, it honestly doesn't really matter where you're located unless you're concerned about taxes. I'm not really the best when it comes to taxes. I think Toronto isn't the cheapest when it comes to business taxes. So if you want to register your business, it might be better to register it in like Texas if you can. I know they're one of the cheapest for taxes, business taxes. Maybe Alberta is cheaper, I don't know. Honestly, I didn't think about that when I registered my business. Like, I was just so gung-ho ready to register that I registered my business in 2019, and it took me all the way till like June 2020 to have it like operating. Actually, did I register? Yeah. Oh no, June 2021. It took me all the way to June 2021 to actually have an active business. But yeah, back in the day I didn't think about any of that. I just registered, and I didn't really know what I was doing either. So I just found like a website. It was called Owner. I'll put it in chat for you guys. Owner. And they make registering a business in Canada really simple and easy. Yeah. So it really, if you're concerned about where it would be easiest for you to start and register your business, I would look into like what's important to you when it comes to like taxes and finances, because I didn't do that, so I'm probably not getting the cheapest business taxes at the end of the year. But I have no idea. I don't know. Otherwise, if you're looking for like a brick and mortar, like a storefront physical store, Toronto is really expensive, but it's probably where you're gonna get the most foot traffic, but it's really expensive and there's a lot of sketchy streets. So essentially you just really gotta, what I would do is walk around the city and get a feel for like where it's sketchy, because a lot of businesses that have storefronts have to have like locks on their front door, and for customers to come in you have to like ring a doorbell with camera and be scanned, because we have a huge like homeless and crime issue. So like if you don't want to get like, you know, sketchy, yeah, I don't know, like when I worked at a salon here for that 1 year, I really wished that they had a lock on the door and like someone that manually let people in, because there was a lot of times that like really like dangerous people came in and were like harassing me, and I had to like call my boyfriend to come over and help because it was just not safe. Or there'd be like really sketchy people watching me from outside, and I'd have to call my boyfriend to come and just sit in the store with me until they left. So yeah, I don't know. I'd say if you are planning to do a physical store in Toronto, definitely do a lot of walking around the city first to understand like what's the foot traffic like, what are the type of people that are walking around here, and so you know what areas to look in. But yeah, online it doesn't really matter unless you're concerned about taxes based on provinces. Am I liking TikTok as a short form social media platform? Absolutely. Whenever I have free time, I'm on TikTok. Like I don't actually browse Instagram anymore, but I browse TikTok. Like I can spend hours on TikTok. Instagram I only go on because it's like part of my job. So you'll mostly find me having fun watching TikTok versus Instagram. Like I think the platforms I enjoy the most are YouTube and TikTok. How about you guys? Let me know. I'd love to know. You eat yogurt and fruit for breakfast? Yum! I don't. Yogurt's like my late night snack. I'll have like a plain bowl of yogurt with like honey. That's like my go-to. I'm not really a fruit person. I don't know. I don't like fruit that much. Am I planning a Japan trip? We have been for 2 years or 3 years now. Pandemic, our original Japan trip is still pending. But now our plan has kind of changed to like once Japan opens for tourism, like living there for a few months, like 3 months, if not more if we can. So that's still on standby, and that's kind of like the only like long-term plan Honey Boy and I have in place. Is just waiting for Japan to open up. Like honestly, it's frustrating. I actually checked the immigration website a couple days ago, and there's still no word on any tourism anytime soon. So I'm a bit frustrated because I don't want to do another full winter in Toronto, and our apartment lease ends in the beginning of December, like end of November. So what I'm thinking will happen, because I don't think Japan's going to open up anytime soon. So what I'm thinking is we'll spend the holidays here in Toronto, and then like come January we'll keep our ear open, and if there's no word on Japan opening up in 2022, then maybe we'll move to Vancouver, because like I hate Toronto. I think you guys know I don't like Toronto at all. It's just really not it for me. Vancouver is much nicer, and the weather is a lot better in terms of like temperature. Like I think in Toronto, like January, February, March, and part of April are like the worst months. Like they're just like negative 30 degrees, and then like we don't get spring until like end of April, while in Vancouver spring starts in February. Like I can't do 8 months straight of winter anymore. Like it's not it. So who knows though. We're kind of playing it by ear and not making any solid plans until like the new year. You want to leave Australia too? So annoying with COVID rules and COVID in general. Yeah, but like, where would you go? Like, I don't know. Hopefully Australia gets better with the COVID restrictions when more vaccines roll out. Because Canada was like equally as bad until like recently with our restrictions. Like the past 2 winters were full 8 to like 9 month lockdowns, which was pretty brutal to be honest. But this winter, they're implementing vaccine passports in Toronto, which they already started. So businesses can remain open, but only to fully vaccinated people. And yesterday was actually the first time I went to a restaurant, and it was nice because it wasn't as busy, which is kind of like frustrating to see as well, because people aren't getting vaccinated like get vaccinated. But yeah, to be able to go to the restaurant, you had to like show your proof of vaccination to be let in, plus an ID, which is nice. Negative 30, oh my god, yeah, I can't do it, I'm sick of it. Thanks for the bias. It would be online and that you have 2 nationalities, so I am just debating where it would be better. I'll just do some research regarding taxes and all. Thanks for the link as well. Okay, good luck then. I'm excited for you. Do you want to share what kind of business you're planning to open? It would be really curious to find out. You never knew that? Yeah. Colder than Korea even? A little bit colder than Korea. Korea does get pretty cold. I remember when I lived there. There was like a few days that were like, feels like negative 20. But the thing with Korea is that the winter isn't as long. So even though the temperature gets pretty bad as well, they still get spring in February, you know? Like winter's kind of over come February, and it starts like you start getting those spring flowers coming in around mid-February and like late February. But yeah, not here. It goes on way too long. It sounds like Vancouver is a wonderful alternative. It was lovely. I definitely want to go back. I definitely want to like live there, but we'll see. We'll see what happens. Definitely. But do you guys have any travel plans? Like Mexico is our first out of country travel since well before the pandemic. So I'm a little nervous, but excited at the same time. Have I thought about visiting Korea? Yeah, but not. It's off the table because there's the 2-week mandatory hotel quarantine in Korea, and it costs about $2,000 a person. So not only would your flight cost you $1,000, if not more, to get to Korea, it's going to cost you an additional $2,000 per person. Oh wait, no, sorry, that's like a one-way ticket. It's like $1,000, so it's like $4,000 just to get in the country. And then if you're not moving there, you have to find an Airbnb, and Airbnbs in Korea are really expensive. So it just doesn't make sense at this point. So we probably won't visit Korea until the mandatory 2-week quarantine is lifted for fully vaccinated people, because it's just, it doesn't make sense to spend like upwards of like $5,000 a person just for like a vacation. Like it's not worth it. Ooh, fashion and sustainability. I'm excited for you. That's gonna be so good. I love that more people are focusing on sustainability. For our next packaging order, I'm gonna be making some changes. Like we ordered a lot of packaging, but I do want to switch to like a fully sustainable packaging. Because right now, like I'd say more than half of our packaging is sustainable, but there's 2 aspects to it that aren't as sustainable as I'd like them to be. So I want to find a way to change that. But that will be in like a while. You'd like to go live in maybe Italy or France, but I'd need enough money to go without having a job, I think. Oh yeah. That's like a big thing for me too, is like I don't want to move to a country and like have to go to school just to be able to get into the country. So that's why, like, even though like there are ways you can go live in Japan right now, it's just not really worth it, because like the only way is if you get like hired by like a corporate company, like a pretty big company, or if you go to school. And I'm like, I don't want to go in debt again. I don't need to go to school again. And then if you go to school, you're not going to have time to like freely do what you want. And likewise with a job, like if you get a corporate job in Japan, like you're tied down like chain and ball, right? You're not doing anything. So I'd wait till that tourism opens up again before. What product would I recommend for someone with tanner skin? It depends. What are you aiming for? Are you looking to maintain your tan, or are you looking to fade your tan? Or is your skin tone naturally darker? Is that what you mean? Like what is the goal you're looking for with the skincare product? And then I'll be able to recommend something. You thought that changed if you got fully vaccinated? Rules changed for Korea? No, it's only if you're fully vaccinated in Korea. So any vaccination received outside of Korea doesn't count. I looked into it heavily. I did a lot of research on the immigration website. So yeah, it's a no-go. Like, yeah, the only way you can apply for a 2-week quarantine exemption is if you're fully vaccinated in Korea. So people who are vaccinated in Korea and leave Korea can enter again with a mandatory 2-week quarantine exemption with proof of vaccination within Korea. So since our vaccines were administered to us in Canada, our vaccines do not qualify for the exemption program with the 2-week quarantine. So I wouldn't really risk it either, you know? Like I wouldn't be like, oh, but maybe, and then get there and be like, nah, please pay us $2,000. I'd be like, bye, you know? Alasia, if you have a chance to respond, then I can give a product recommendation. You live in Korea and your mom came for a visit and she was vaccinated in the US. Can you ask her how then? Because on the immigration website, it says you have to be vaccinated within Korea. So if you could message me, Michelle, and get some more info from your mom on that, like if she was exempt, or is she Korean nationality? Because there's also exemption for that. If you're Korean nationality visiting family in Korea, that also qualifies as the exemption. So there's like a few instances where you're exempt for it. Oh, you don't want to lighten your skin? No problem then. So what you can do to avoid lightening your skin, like you can still use niacinamide products because they don't really lighten that much, but you want to avoid any ingredient that is a melanin inhibitor. So ingredients like that are, I think it's allantoin. I'm pretty sure is a melanin inhibitor. So essentially you want to avoid skincare ingredients that have allantoin in there because it is going to inhibit your melanin. Let me just double check on that because I know there's allantoin and there's something else with a very similar name. Allantoin, melanin. Oh no, it's arbutin, I think. Arbutin, melanin inhibitor. I think I spelled that wrong, yeah. So it's arbutin. So if you want to avoid potentially lightening your skin, you want to avoid skincare products that contain a high percentage of arbutin. I'll put it in chat so you know how it's spelled. Arbutin. Or anything, and oh, why did it autocorrect like that? Arbutin. Or any Korean skincare product that claims to inhibit melanin. You can look at, say for example, products that say whitening, and really deep dive into the ingredients list and find what ingredient in there is a melanin inhibitor. Because Korean skincare loves using the term whitening, but that doesn't mean it whitens the skin. It means it brightens the skin, or it helps fade acne scars or dark spots on the skin. So even though this says whitening, it's just a niacinamide toner for the skin. So it's not actually going to make you literally look whiter or change your skin tone, but it is going to brighten the complexion and give it more of a glow and an evening effect. Same can be said with glycolic acid. In Korean skincare products, they might use the term whitening on a glycolic acid product, but glycolic acid doesn't inhibit melanin production, so it's not going to change your natural, real, authentic skin tone, but it's going to brighten it. Or if you're tanned by the sun, glycolic acid will change the skin tone, but that's because you're tanned from external elements. It's not your natural, authentic, real skin tone, if you know what I mean. I hope that helps. Yeah, so don't, with Asian skincare products, especially Korean ones, don't be thrown off by the term whitening. Just make sure you look into that ingredients list and try to see if it has arbutin in it, because that will inhibit the melanin production. I think there's another natural ingredient that inhibits melanin. I feel like it's licorice extract for some reason. Let me just check. Licorice extract, melanin inhibitor. Licorice extract improves pigmentation by dispersing the melanin and inhibiting melanin. Yeah, I was right. So another one is licorice extract. So arbutin and licorice extract are melanin inhibitors. So it will slightly brighten your original skin, like your natural skin tone. Anyway, you guys, I think we're going to end the stream here for today. Thank you guys so much for hanging out with me. I really appreciate it. Remember, the first 3 orders during this live stream would have won this facial roller. So if you made an order during this live stream, or if you haven't yet, hop in on there now before it's too late. I'm going to, after the stream, go in and check the orders to see who is the lucky winners for the free V-Line facial roller in this live stream. Thank you guys for joining. Please make sure to follow us on Instagram at Glow Atelier Skin. Let's just pop it in. HTTPS. I'll pop it in chat for you guys, the social media platforms, so you can follow us, so you can stay up to date on everything related Glow Atelier Korean skincare products. So that is linked in chat. I'll also link my personal Instagram because I will also share updates about what's going on for these live streams, my channel. Oh wait, I totally tagged the store, lol. Anyway. I'll tag my personal Instagram account so you guys can check that out if you're not already following me there, because I upload there every single day with stories, posts, reels. I also have a TikTok as well. You can check that out. I upload there every other day is the goal. I'm uploading new TikToks on my personal account. So definitely check that out as well. Honeybee, I think it's underscore, I believe. That's right. There we go. So definitely check that out. And of course, subscribe to this channel if you're not already subscribed, so you get notifications on when I upload it. I'm uploading twice a week here on this channel. One of the videos is always a day in the life lifestyle vlog, and then the other video is either skincare related, it's either fashion related, makeup, get ready with me's, that kind of content as well that you're gonna see here. So definitely subscribe with the notification bell turned on so you don't miss anything, because YouTube, you guys, YouTube only shows 3% of my audience when I upload videos. So if you don't want YouTube's algorithm dictating what you get to see, then definitely hit that notification bell. You get non-aggressive notifications sent directly to your phone, and they just are little tiny like images saying I uploaded a new video. Nothing aggressive, nothing annoying. So definitely check that out. I'm gonna end the stream here. Don't mind the awkward standing up scene. I'm just gonna end the stream here. Thank you guys. I hope you enjoy the rest of your day.